Hello friends, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania, and I have some breaking news right from Old Trafford in the English Premier League, where Manchester United took on Liverpool in what was a crunch match for both teams looking for 3 points, and it was going to be one very fierce battle at Old Trafford. And guess what? In yet another brilliant performance, I would say after almost 8 or 9 months, Manchester United defeated Liverpool. Yes, my friends, mark these words. This is what we have witnessed at Old Trafford. We have seen a transformed side after a thrashing against Brentford by 4 goals to nil. Erik Ten Hag's men finally delivered. And what kind of miracle has happened? Well, the 75,000 fans at Old Trafford came to witness some magic by Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford. And Liverpool, on the other hand, mainly because of their defensive frailties and lack of robustness in the midfield, were not able to cope up with Manchester United's pace. And if you just look at the statistics, they had more sprints compared to Liverpool, and compared to what they witnessed against Brentford, Erik Ten Hag did not give them a week off. They were intense in terms of their preparation for this match, and they were just more hungry than Liverpool to get all 3 points. Let me take you all back to the lineup of this match. Well, Manchester United, with some big cojones to leave out Cristiano Ronaldo and also Harry Maguire, their captain. This was a big call by Erik Ten Hag in the first place. And, he started with Anthony Elanga, Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford as the front three, which was, just indicative that this is going to be pace, and directness. And this is what we witnessed in the first half with the midfield of McTominay, Christian Eriksen, and Bruno Fernandes. I was expecting, Christian Eriksen to play in that number 8 position, and Bruno Fernandes will be the talisman who will be creating chances in that hole in the midfield. And they did not allow Liverpool to even touch the ball. They were very dominant in the first half. We saw that Manchester United were using the wings very well, and I have to give credit to Erik Ten Hag because he is setting up his team in a way that they can be more intense in their approach. They can press higher up the pitch, and they gave Liverpool a taste of their own medicine. And right after 15 minutes, Jadon Sancho gets the ball inside the penalty box with such a very, pressure situation. You can see that Jadon Sancho calmly, rolled the ball onto his left foot, and with a very, small margin for error, he slotted the ball into the back of the net, leaving James Milner and Virgil van Dijk onto the floor. And it was a very composed finish in the end. 1-0 to Manchester United, and soon after that goal, you could see James Milner screaming at Virgil van Dijk for not closing the opponent quite down. And Jadon Sancho is one such player that if you give him time and space inside the penalty box, he has got a lot of trickery with his feet, and he can put the ball into the back of the net. After that, I was looking for a response from Liverpool. Their front three of Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah, and Luis Diaz was not clicking. They were not able to interchange their positions, and that fluidity was missing. And we all know that Sadio Mane is a very tough player to replace, and Luis Diaz is trying to do justice to that. However, I have to question Jurgen Klopp's midfield because if you have Harvey Elliott playing down on the right side of the midfield, and if you have a player like James Milner, barring no disrespect to the player, he is 36 years old, and he is not the same James Milner which we have seen in his prime. And yet Jurgen Klopp sticks with James Milner because he feels that he can give them that kind of experience in the midfield. But nowadays, experience is important to a certain extent, but it is also important to have the flair and the creativity in the midfield. From where would you expect Liverpool to have a number 10 who can create chances for them? Well, we have not seen an out and out number 10 for Liverpool since the time Philippe Coutinho left the club. And I have to admit that Jurgen Klopp relies a lot on their front three, and he relies on his midfield to press the opposition higher up the pitch. That is the main role of the midfield in Liverpool, and just break up the play and ensure that Liverpool retains the possession. And Liverpool is one such very fluid team. They can interchange positions quite well. And I feel that Thiago Alcantara's injury will have a very big impact on Liverpool's season. And I was expecting a reaction, but nothing happened. And soon after it was 1-0, it went into half time. I was expecting Jurgen Klopp to make some changes and come out in the second half as a wounded animal. And guess what? Manchester United were on the other hand taking the ascendancy, taking the game to Liverpool and ensuring that Liverpool don't get any kind of rhythm and tempo into their game. And soon it became 2-0 after I think 54 minutes. Marcus Rashford is put clear one-on-one against Alisson, and we all know that Marcus Rashford has an incredible goal scoring record against the Reds, and once again he proved that why he is a big game player. He put it past Alisson and it was 2-0 within 54 minutes. And after that, it is just about damage limitation for Liverpool. And Manchester United must be wondering that last time out, Liverpool thrashed them by 5 goals to nil at Old Trafford, and it was all about taking sweet revenge in one of the most fiercest derbies in English football. And after that, we could see that Liverpool were trying all guns blazing. They were changing their formation, and we could expect Liverpool to dominate the possession as they have no other choice, and they have to go for the jugular. They have to create chances that it became very very easy for Manchester United just to hold their shape and ensure that they don't make any kind of defensive mistakes. And when we talk about Manchester United's defense, this was the time for Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez to strike a partnership. Well, Lisandro Martinez might be just 5'9" but his composure on the ball and his tenacity to win aerial duels is second to none. And that is why I would like to appreciate, Erik Ten Hag in giving that confidence to the player, because Lisandro Martinez would have had his shoulders dropping after that very, very poor performance against Brentford. But with Rafael Varane, you get that experience, and Rafael Varane is a player who has won 4 Champions Leagues with Real Madrid, and it was a very big statement by Erik Ten Hag. And I felt that as a duo, they performed really well. They were not allowing Liverpool any kind of chances. They were quite close to each other. They were communicating well. Even though David De Gea made a couple of saves, I felt that they were not threatened too much by Liverpool. And soon, when the match was about to finish, when 10 minutes were remaining, Mohamed Salah once again scores for Liverpool against Manchester United. This Egyptian king has a knack of scoring against the Red Devils. Let it be Anfield or be it Old Trafford, it is all about Mo Salah. And it was a very nervy finish. 2-1 is never a very comfortable scoreline for the team which is leading. However, in this case, Manchester United held their nerves, held their composure, and took home all 3 points. It was a statement win by Erik Ten Hag's men, and with this, Manchester United leapfrog Liverpool in the Premier League table. And well, this leaves me with the question that whether the title race is already over, because the only team in the English Premier League which is capable of competing with the likes of Manchester City is Liverpool. And already we all know that Arsenal are on the top of the table with 3 victories out of 3 matches, and Liverpool are languishing with just 2 points from 3 games. They're already 5 points adrift of Manchester City. And yes, it is early days and still there are 35 match weeks to go. But I just feel that Liverpool have to make some changes. They require that recruitment to happen for a creative midfielder and also a young defensive midfielder who can bolster their squad, give them that tempo from the midfield and ensure that their front three are fluid and scoring goals for fun. This is what Liverpool are lacking at the moment. However, we never know. The transfer window is still open and Liverpool can still make some significant recruitment which can impact the season in a positive way. So guys, please let me know who was your man of the match for this one. Would you give it to Jadon Sancho? Would you give it to Marcus Rashford? Or would you give it to Lisandro Martinez? Was just outstanding in the defense. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button and share it amongst your network. And if you have not yet subscribed to the Football Mania, it's very simple. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification for regular updates. And until next time, stay safe and take care.